Everybody wants to live together. Why can't we live together?
She's faced the hardest times you could imagine.
1973 was a legendary year for music. We're talking about Marvin Gaye delivering Let's Get It On, Stevie Wonder unveiling Inner Visions, and Al Green at the absolute zenith of his powers. It was a year where the airwaves were thick with genius. But if you look past the Mount Rushmore of Motown and Stax, you'll find something just as magical. A group of artists who caught lightning in a bottle, struck gold once, and then vanished. These are the one-hit wonders of 1973. They weren't just filler, they were artists who defined the mood of the country, from the protests of the Vietnam War to the intimate corners of the bedroom. These songs packed the dance floors, lit up the FM dial, and then slipped into the velvet shadows of music history. Let's dig into the crates and rediscover the hits that defined 1973. 1. Brighter Side of Darkness, Love Jones. In early 1973, while most teenagers in Chicago were worrying about midterms, a group of high schoolers was creating a masterpiece. Brighter Side of Darkness didn't sound like the polished machines of Detroit. Their hit, Love Jones, was something entirely different. It wasn't a conventional soul track. It was a spoken word, slow burn ballad.
What is a love, Jones? Shucks, down. It's when you love someone.
Built on lush strings and a hypnotic, wandering groove, the song felt more like a private diary entry set to music than a radio single. It captured that raw, awkward, yet intense feeling of teenage infatuation.
But true love, the way I feel about you,
The song rocketed to number 3 on the R&B charts and number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100, earning gold certification. But their follow-up failed to catch fire, and the band dissolved within a year. Today, Love Jones lives on through hip-hop samples, even if the group behind it is nearly forgotten. 2. Foster Sylvers, Misdemeanor. Imagine being 12 years old and having one of the funkiest records in America. In 1973, Foster Sylvers did exactly that. While his family group, the Sylvers, would later become disco royalty, Foster's solo breakout, Misdemeanor, was a masterclass in bubblegum funk. Written by his brother, Leon Sylvers III, the track featured a bouncy bass line and crisp guitar riffs that provided the perfect playground for Foster's youthful falsetto. It had a mischievous charm that felt like a kid caught with his hand in the cookie jar. The song climbed to number 7 on the R&B chart and number 22 on the Hot 100. While the song's groove was so timeless it was later sampled by the DOC and countless hip-hop producers, Foster's solo career never regained momentum. As he grew up, his siblings' collective success eclipsed his individual stardom, leaving him a charming what if. 3. Timmy Thomas, Why Can't We Live Together?
Why can't we live together?
Few songs in history are as hauntingly minimalist as Timmy Thomas's masterpiece. At a time when R&B was moving toward massive orchestras, Thomas went in the opposite direction. Why Can't We Live Together consists of only 3 things: a primitive drum machine pulse, sustained organ chords, and Thomas's pleading, soulful falsetto. No horns, no backup singers, just raw, naked emotion.
Everybody wants to live together. Why can't we live together?
Released against the backdrop of the Vietnam War, the song's message of peace felt urgent. It became a crossover anthem, hitting number 1 on the R&B charts and number 3 on the Hot 100.
No more wars, no more wars.
Its stripped-down aesthetic was decades ahead of its time, influencing the birth of synth funk and house music. Thomas never reached those heights again, but he didn't need to. This one-man sermon became an immortal plea for humanity and a staple in the history of soulful protest music.
Everybody wants to live together.
We're together.
4. New York City, I'm Doing Fine Now.
I'm doing fine now.
Don't let the name fool you. New York City was actually a group that thrived on the lush Philly soul sound. In the summer of '73, they dropped I'm Doing Fine Now, a bittersweet breakup anthem that somehow made heartbreak sound like a walk in the park.
I ran behind you and I begged you to stay.
Produced by the legendary Tom Bell, the track featured those trademark Philadelphia strings and a polished urban groove. It reached number 14 on the R&B charts and number 17 on the Hot 100.
And then I met someone else.
It seemed like the group was destined to rival the Stylistics or Blue Magic. However, after their initial splash, their subsequent singles couldn't find the same magic. They quietly exited the stage, leaving behind one of the most sophisticated, feel-good breakup songs ever recorded. Today, the song is a lost treasure of the era, remembered far more than the group that sang it.
She made me stop and get a hold of myself.
5. Sylvia, Pillow Talk. Before she became the mother of hip-hop by founding Sugar Hill Records, Sylvia Robinson was a solo artist who knew how to push the envelope. In 1973, she shocked the world with Pillow Talk, originally written for Al Green, who reportedly turned it down for being too risque. The song was a masterclass in sensual R&B. With its breathy vocals, whispered sighs, and slinky bass line, it essentially invented the Quiet Storm radio format. It hit number 1 on the R&B charts and number 3 on the Hot 100, making it a massive crossover success. While Sylvia would go on to change the world by producing Rapper's Delight, her career as a chart-topping singer began and ended with this provocative, velvet-draped classic. As a performer, she remains a one-hit wonder, but her behind-the-scenes legacy is one of the most important in the history of modern music. 6. The Independent, Just Leaving Me. Chicago has always been a hub for deep emotional soul, and in 1973, the Independents proved why. Their hit, Leaving Me, was a masterclass in the heartbreak ballad.
Tell me what you're telling me. I wanna know, baby.
With layered falsetto harmonies and gospel-inspired phrasing, the song captured the exact moment a relationship falls apart. It hit number 1 on the R&B charts and reached number 21 on the Hot 100, earning a gold certification.
What you telling me? I want you to go, baby.
The group seemed poised for a long run, bridging the gap between doo-wop traditions and the emerging lushness of the 70s. However, internal friction and the inability to replicate that crossover magic led to their disbandment by 1975.
Sometimes I'm on, how long? Can't be.
They left us with one perfect, aching masterpiece that still resonates with anyone who has ever lost a great love. Today, Leaving Me stands as a reminder of how one perfect song can outlive a short-lived career. 7. Peebles, I Can't Stand the Rain. Some songs don't just climb the charts, they change the atmosphere of the room. Peebles' I Can't Stand the Rain is one of those records. Built on a unique percussive hi-hat riff, the song is moody, dark, and incredibly cool. John Lennon famously called it the best song ever. While it hit number 6 on the R&B charts, it only reached number 38 on the Hot 100. To mainstream pop audiences, Peebles is often categorized as a one-hit wonder, even though she had a string of smaller R&B hits. Her influence is eternal. From Missy Elliott to Tina Turner, artists have been trying to capture the lightning Peebles bottled in 1973. It remains one of the most atmospheric Memphis soul singles ever recorded, a haunting slice of music that feels just as fresh today as it did 50 years ago.
Bringing back
8. Skylark, Wildflower.
She's faced the hardest times you could imagine.
Coming all the way from Canada, Skylark provided 1973 with its most enduring wedding song. Wildflower is a soaring, piano-driven ballad featuring the incredible baritone of Donnie Gerard.
And when her youthful world was about to fall in.
It's a song about delicate resilience, and it resonated across genres, hitting number 9 on the Hot 100 and number 5 on the adult contemporary charts. The group featured a young David Foster on keyboards, who would go on to become a legendary producer. But as a band, Skylark was a one-off phenomenon. They disbanded shortly after, and the members moved into different areas of the industry.
For she's a child.
Wildflower has since been sampled by everyone from Tupac to Jamie Foxx, proving that even if the band didn't last, the song's soul was immortal. It remains a forgotten yet enduring ballad that blooms whenever it is rediscovered by a new generation. 9. New Birth, It's Been a Long Time.
Been such a long time.
New Birth was a massive collective from Kentucky that blended gospel passion with orchestral polish. In 1973, they struck gold with It's Been a Long Time. The song's aching chorus, It's Been Such a Long Time Since I've Seen You, struck a chord with a generation of listeners dealing with the aftermath of the war and a changing social landscape.
Since I saw you, tell me, girl.
It reached number 4 on the R&B charts and number 26 on the Hot 100, giving the group their one brush with mainstream stardom. Despite their immense talent and the size of their ensemble, the group never quite managed to penetrate the mainstream pop top 40 again.
I'm so glad to see you.
Their catalog remained beloved in specific regions, but history largely reduced their massive sound to this single, beautiful moment of longing. It remains a staple for anyone who loves the intersection of gospel and soul.
Understand me, and I will understand you.
10. Deodato, also Sprach Zarathustra. Finally, we have the most improbable hit of the year. Brazilian arranger Eumir Deodato took the theme from 2001, A Space Odyssey, and turned it into a jazz funk odyssey. It was an instrumental powerhouse that hit number 2 on the Hot 100 and won a Grammy for Best Pop Instrumental Performance. It proved that in 1973, the American public's ears were wide open to experimentation and genre bending. Deodato's fusion of orchestral grandeur and funky rhythms helped define the era's sophisticated sound. While he remained a legend in the jazz world and a sought-after producer, he never returned to the pop charts with a comparable hit. Also, Sprach Zarathustra remains his one shining crossover moment, a smash that proved even classical music could groove if you added the right bass line. It was the perfect experimental end to a revolutionary year. (1973) was a year where a 12-year-old kid, a group of high schoolers, and a Brazilian jazz arranger could all share the same airwaves. These artists may have only had one moment in the sun, but what a moment it was. From the teenage ache of Love Jones to the Afro-funk pulse of Soul Makossa, these one-hit wonders showed that R&B could be tender, gritty, or experimental. Their careers may have faded, but their music became the DNA of future generations, sampled by hip-hop legends and played at weddings decades later. Which of these forgotten tracks hit you the hardest? Did we miss a hidden gem from '73? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button and leave a like. Wait until you hear the one-hit wonders from 1968.